Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host, Evan Teague, with like always is Noah Bailey. So I guess it's just that time of year where things are just, getting delayed left and right, whatever. It's, I guess COVID is still affecting things, whatever. Although this one isn't necessarily like the biggest surprise. I am obviously invested in this franchise and I'm like a little sad that it happened, but like, we'll get there. But Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 has officially been delayed out of this year to next spring. So,
which is cool with me because I'm still like not even halfway through with the first one. Right. So I'm fine with it. So I can put 100 and so hours in it and then I'll be ready. So by the time that's ready to go, and plus, I mean, the amount of detail and just how great this game is and how, the predecessors, and assuming this next one is like, take your time. Like, don't rush it. It's fine. Like, this game is like, it's going to be worth it. I'm not even like, I'm not really upset, but granted, I haven't been waiting nearly as long as like you or most people have. So
right.
It's a little bittersweet, but at the same time, it's for a good reason. It's not just because.
So, yes, as much as I do want to play this game yesterday, I have kind of been expecting this, and honestly, in the back of my mind, kind of hoping this would happen ever since Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were announced. Because, like, I know Nintendo can release several different games in any given month that are big games like this, but like, considering just how crazy Nintendo's second half, especially second half of this year, is going to be, in order to really sink my teeth into everything I want to play, something would have to get pushed. And obviously, I know I'm going to play Pokemon. I know I'm going to play Zelda.
Yeah.
Those are two massive open world games. So, like, if I wanted to try out Mario Strikers or Splatoon 3 or whatever else, like, might not necessarily get the, might not have the money or just opportunities to do it if these other big games I'm waiting on happen. Also, I've been kind of hoping this would happen ever since Elden Ring came out, because obviously that game is, doing gangbusters. It's selling like crazy. It's reviewing really well. And even though I know for a fact Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be one of the greatest games of all time, because Breath of the Wild 1 is, considering Elden Ring and potentially Starfield and God of War and Horizon Forbidden West and like several other fantastic games of that caliber are coming out this year, the game boards are going to be insane. So Breath of the Wild getting pushed to have its own year, fine with me.
Yeah. Like and again, like, no matter when this game comes out, it is going to be up there for sure as best game. But again, like, why risk it? Especially when, there might be a thing here, a tier there you might want to tweak. Because, like, at the end of the day, it might be like, something small or something. But at the end, next year, no problem. People are still going to love it.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying that Nintendo was scared of Elden Ring or scared of God of War. But like, but I think it's just better for the industry if all of these games are allowed to shine, and if Zelda gets pushed because of that, sure.
Right, and again, it's not like they don't have. There's not other Nintendo stuff coming out this year, so
exactly.
Well, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, it's so funny that this game was originally announced in 2019 as what we all assume would just be like, a quick, easy, turnaround for a Zelda game where they already have the engine, they already have the world. Basically, it's just going to be a new story in the Breath of the Wild world, and then just kind of, I guess, balloon from there. And hopefully, it's, I really hope they are taking the time to make it the best game it possibly could be. So, yeah, delay it all you need.
Watch we just get it, and the map's just twice as big. Or just like.
So,
oh no. Like, yes, but also, Well, because it was funny, because I remember when I first got it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, Great Plateau, like, yeah, it's a pretty decent area," and I was just like, "Oh, I can zoom out. Oh my god!" My brother was like, "Dude," I was like, I don't know where to start. Like, we're just gonna be here forever, and like, even now, I still don't even have half the map. Like, I was just like, there's so much going on, and it's like, and it's not just like you're going like everything in there. There's a million things to do. So I mean, the game is magnificent, bar none. So again, even if it's literally the same game and just run it back, that's amazing. But it probably won't be. So it's probably going to be just, they're probably trying some new mechanics. Maybe weapons don't break as easily, fingers crossed. But like,
nice,
like that's like, that's like the only thing. But like, I mean, because again, I played like Pokemon Legends Arceus yesterday for the first time, and man, that jungle was crazy good. Like I was I was playing the game, and I'm just like, and and there's so many things, it's like, oh yeah, strong type, agile type attacks, and all these like things. And I don't know, like again, I haven't played the newest Pokemon game, so I don't know if that's new for this game or just new in general.
It's new for this game, yeah.
Right, but it's like that's kind of smart. Like, you know what I mean? Like I could have that would have come in handy a while back. You know what I mean? Like it's fine now, but like it's great. Like I like how it's not just the same formula. There's more to it. They're adding new things, new concepts, like, and it works. It's like expanding on something that's already great and not ruining it. But just improving what's keeping what's great and improving what's okay to make that also great until everything's just awesome. So like, I love it.
Yeah, there definitely are a couple of things here and there. I hope they do tweak for the next Legends style game, but honestly, like if they kept basically the same battle mechanics and the same exploration mechanics, just added a mini map, golden.
Yeah.
Because I personally believe that every single open world game should at least have the option to have a mini map, and Legends Arceus not having it is kind of annoying because like I'm going somewhere and like I lose my direction. I have to reopen the map and then close it back and then go that way. It's like, oh wait, is that where I'm supposed to go? Open the map. Like if I just had a mini map, I could better orient myself. But but that's about it.
But like again, small. You know what I mean? Like something easily the next game they can fix. And it's like, oh, now it's perfect. Cool.
Yeah, and there are several things about Legends Arceus, especially some improvements to the battle mechanics I hope they bring into Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, and they probably will, because like why not? The games are so good.
I still haven't 100% Legends Arceus yet, but I'll get around to it. I also just first recently got the new Kirby game. Haven't actually played it yet, but it's also looking like it's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Sticking with games for a second. So not only was Breath of the Wild delayed out of this year, E3 2022 has also been delayed indefinitely.
What?
Yeah, they officially announced there's not going to be any kind of like unified, organized E3 week this year.
What? We had E3 last year.
Yeah, we did.
Like I don't like. Oh, huh? I mean, like, okay, this confuses me because again, like, 2020, I totally get it. But like, 2021 was like, we're back, kind of, and now it's just like, you know what? Scrap it. And it's like, what? Huh? Like, what? Okay, should this? What do you think? I mean, because I don't get this.
I have a feeling essentially this boiled down to most of the companies that would have participated in E3 this year kind of realizing if it's going to be a all digital event anyway, we'd be better off just having our own digital presentations, not necessarily tied to E3, because Microsoft, PlayStation, Nintendo have already been doing digital stuff for a while. Even Capcom and Square Enix have had their own things. Like they could still kind of organize to have it in a similar period of time, just not tied to the TSA, and they're kind of the whole working with the TSA on the E3 has been a little tenuous over the last couple of years anyway. I think it was 2018 or 2019. Apparently, a lot of the journalists and people that went to E3 in person that year, all of their information got doxxed.
Ooh.
So, and the TSA just like didn't do anything to help. They're just like, sorry, nothing we can do about it. Like, you're okay.
That's your job.
So yeah, I think a lot of these companies have kind of been looking for a reason to back out fully. And I think one too many backed out that the TSA was like, no, we're not doing this anymore. It might come back next year, but this year they're just like, we're just not doing it.
That's especially the suspended indefinitely. That kind of makes me feel like it's kind of been end of an era. But
yeah. Like all but guarantee Nintendo is going to have some kind of big June direct. Microsoft is going to have some big update. Sony, who hasn't even done E3 since 2018, is going to have something around then.
I guess it was kind of like it's kind of like streaming services and cable kind of being obsolete now, because like everyone just has their own platform anyway, so it's like, why do we even cable?
Yeah.
Which that's probably gonna be gone in a couple of years anyway, but like it's still kind of disappointing though, because it's like E3 is like it's an event, it's a whole thing, and now it's just kind of like meh. But
yeah, because like there are definitely several games that were announced even just last year that I wouldn't have been invested in at all if they weren't roped in with the banner. But oh well.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, if the big fishes want to do their own thing, E3 can still. It's probably better because like other stuff can shine brighter. But nah.
Oh well. Like I said, it's not like we're not gonna get new announcements and new stuff this year at any point, but E3 is always something that I look forward to every given year. If I'm not invested in every game, every studio, I still like the dopamine of seeing new things announced. It's fun,
right?
But
at least we still have like general events and like directs and stuff. So
exactly. Now, moving on to Disney stuff, sticking with the delays, Obi-Wan Kenobi has technically been delayed from May 25th to May 27th.
Can't deal with it. No, I'm just
kidding. they moved from that sought after Wednesday spot that every Disney Plus show has to have to Friday, the day that we've been saying forever. Hey, Star Wars Friday, Marvel Wednesday.
Right. So okay, this is just for the open, like for the initial day, like the initial like launch, right? Or this period?
I don't know. I know that they said the premiere will be May 27th. It'll be a 2-episode premiere.
Right.
If it were only the premiere, that still wouldn't fix the problem of, because it would then be episode 4 released in the same day as Miss Marvel. So I think this means it'll be Star Wars Friday, Marvel Wednesday from here on, or at least until they
as it should be. But
yeah.
Because again, you could own multiple days of the week, like honestly. So like, why not?
Yeah, and I also I'm not sure right now how I feel about them doing a 2-episode premiere. Like obviously, I want this show now, so having 2 episodes of it would be cool. But I also like the idea of shows like this having 6 weeks of people talking about it. It's like now we're gonna have be 5. It's just gonna be a little different, but
it is a little less. But I mean, I think the 2 episodes is definitely gonna, not that this show needed more traction, but I think the 2 episodes is definitely gonna get people diving because a lot that first episode a lot of times is kind of just an exposition dump, and the show doesn't really get started until you get a couple episodes in. So maybe this is kind of, it'll help draw them in a little more.
Yeah. I also have a feeling that episode 1 of Obi-Wan isn't actually going to leave Tatooine. He's not going to leave Tatooine until the very end of that episode.
Probably.
So it's like, oh, another Star Wars show that's on Tatooine, and then the second episode is going to go to some other planet. So
right.
escalate from there. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets like a distressed son. He has to go somewhere. He's like, I can't leave Luke, but also it's my duty to help people. And like,
yeah,
conflicting and all this. And then he goes, and then the Empire's like, perfect. Whatever. And then it all goes crazy. You're like, wow, I can't wait to see how that goes. Oh, wait, I don't have to. Next episode. So
it is kind of hilarious though that they very meticulously picked May 25th because that was the May 25th, 1977 was the release of the original Star Wars. This is like the 45th anniversary of Star Wars coming out. But now it got delayed 2 days. So it's just
I wonder why, because that does feel kind of weird. Because I feel like they still could have done, like if they wanted to move to Friday, they could have just done Wednesday, then Friday was the next episode, and then just made it a Friday thing. I don't know.
Or moved Miss Marvel to Fridays.
Yeah. I mean, either way, like it doesn't, just like, I don't know. I don't get the whole competing with yourself thing. I know we said that, but I mean.
But this is definitely a trend that I hope they keep going forward. I was, like I said before, I was very confused when they just said whole hog, everything is going to come out Wednesdays. That was always a weird choice. Because like I said, I'm sure there are plenty of Disney Plus exclusive shows I've just missed because I was too busy watching Hawkeye or Boba Fett or whatever. And just didn't realize they came out. But now that they are open to releasing stuff on different days, they could kind of give everything their own spotlight. Yeah. Speaking of Disney shows releasing on Wednesdays, what are your very general thoughts about Moon Knight episode 1?
Man, it was pretty good. I like it because it kind of like, it definitely, the mystery is strong. Like there's a lot of what is going on for pretty much the whole episode. And, there's a lot of, I like the concept of, he blacks out, obviously something else happens, because I love the one scene where he's like, he's like driving, oh, bring it out, blacks out, wakes up, now he's going backwards, there's like bodies over it, he's like we're just like, what is going on? Like, it's definitely a cool idea, and I think they were really able to use like just how the cinematography, just like the quick cuts from one scene to another and something that made it really cool. I like the idea. I think it's really interesting how there's this other life he has no idea going on, and of course we're gonna learn about that. But it seems I'm really interested. I like it. Oscar Isaac's really good. The accent didn't even throw me off that much at first, so it's like, it's definitely something. It was like his accent didn't bother, but like other people's accents kind of bother me because I was kind of like, okay, I feel like I'm like, you're doing. I'm like, I don't know if that's a real accent. I feel like you're throwing a lot into that. Like that feels it feels a little forced, but it was still good. But yeah, man, it seems really good so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I the the car chase scene I thought was done very well. Ethan Hawke as the villain just is a very compelling villain so far. The little bit of Moon Knight proper we saw was just very cool. That creature he fought was neat. Yeah. I'm very curious So, obviously Steven, the British guy who is actually Mark but isn't, but whatever. He knows that he at least sleepwalks. So I'm just very curious, but there's also there also needs to be a hint that he doesn't know why it happens, or even, or sometimes it doesn't, that it happens. So I'm curious, if it's a conscious choice for him to like to put the chains around his ankles, to put that tape on the door. Why exactly is he doing these things? If he knows that he'll sleepwalk anyway, or if he doesn't, I'm sure it'll all be revealed. But it's also very interesting that we were introduced to him going through this ritual, and we don't know what's. I mean, it's neat. Yeah.
It's really cool. And I'm excited to learn more how it works, because again, we've kind of just seen stuff has just kind of happened, and it's really interesting. That's I want to understand, how does this work, and it feels like, because it's what it feels almost like it's three people, because it's him, his alter ego, and then it feels like almost there's a third entity somewhere in there. So it's kind of this is pretty good. It almost gave me kind of Dr. Fate vibes, kind of almost.
Yeah, which entity asked that girl out? Couldn't
Right?
have been Moon Knight.
I mean, maybe, but
and I'm also very curious about who is actually the mom character he keeps calling that leaves voicemails for. Is that actually his mom? Is that the cell phone in the boards? Is that someone else entirely who's just getting these voicemails to some random person? I don't know.
And the person, he called, it's he finally called him back. He's like, what are you talking about? Who is this? Answer, this and X. Can't call them back. It was just what is going on? Yeah. And I love how one thing oh no, the idiot's back. And I'm just oh my God. Just what is going on? But no, definitely awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I'm obviously extremely curious and extremely excited to see what happens next. Yeah. So I know we've talked trash about this movie a lot before, but they have come out and reconfirmed that Avatar 2 will come out this year, and a trailer will release with Doctor Strange 2.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't. I'm interested, because again, if the trailer is actually good, that could be, because again, the first movie is remembered because it looks so good. People probably can't even remember the main character's name. So
nope.
I can't. So you know what I mean? So it's I feel like they just remember because blue people, graphics were awesome. So again, if it provides blue people really nice visuals, I think people will go for it. We'll see.
Yeah.
Is it gonna make as much money as the first one? No way.
No.
But
no.
We'll see.
And anyone that thinks it will is kidding themselves.
Well, that's my thing. It's how is what, the second highest grossing movie ever now? No one really understands. You know what I mean?
Technically, it reclaimed the top spot. Technically, it's little. Once you're in the 2.78 billions, what's
it
next?
made a lot of money, an unreal amount of money. But I feel a lot of that is just because I feel a lot of companies were using that movie to help sell TVs and stuff, and I feel that's kind of and it's just yo, this looks so great, and that's great, but the actual movie itself, I don't feel was that great. Granted, maybe I need to see it again, maybe I missed something, but I mean anything's possible.
Maybe I missed something when I fell asleep last time I watched it.
Yeah, it's not super compelling, that's for sure.
No.
But maybe this one will be.
Doctor
Who
Strange
knows?
is, so I'm definitely going to see Doctor Strange. Because of that, I'm going to see a trailer for this movie, assuming it actually happens.
I'll just time my bathroom break. It'll be fine. I said, oh, this looks new. I'll be right back. Nah. I'm sure, like, again, the trailer could look great because, again, we'll see it in the theater, so it's all its glory, supposedly. Right. So we'll see. It might look amazing. It might not. I don't know. But, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. And a little more Doctor Strange 2 news. It's apparently been revealed that the official runtime for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness will be 2 hours and 6 minutes.
This is interesting. Like, shorter than expected, but again, not like an hour and a half. We're just like, really? You know what I mean? It's long enough. It's definitely long enough.
It's like, it's not like Let There Be Carnage where it's weirdly 90 minutes.
Or it still feels too long.
Yeah. but it's weird that like Eternals is 2 hours 40 minutes. Black Widow I think was 2 hours 12. Yet Doctor Strange is going to be in the Multiverse of Madness where you're balancing Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch and potentially who knows what else.
Yeah.
But 2 hours. I have no doubt that Sam Raimi will be able to make a very efficient movie, but I'm just curious if anything had to be cut down to make it that length.
Yeah, I'm going in with the mindset of this movie is going to be all about business and just get right to it, and that's kind of and that makes me feel like, okay, 2 hours and 6 minutes isn't a big deal.
Yeah, because like as we said before, a 2 hour movie can feel very good. A 3 hour movie can feel too long. A 3 hour movie can feel really good. A 2 hour movie can feel too long. Batman, the Batman, that was apparently a 3 hour movie. Didn't feel like it because it was all business. Mortal Kombat felt really long because nothing happened in that movie, even though it was less than 2 hours.
And then if your movie's 4 hours, just forget it. But anyway.
My roommate and I rewatched Zack Snyder Justice League last night, and oh boy, that is a 4 hour movie.
4 hours, just wow. But no, so again, I feel like
that got cut for good reason.
Yeah, I go back, for 2 hours, again, that's enough time to get everything. Like, I'm not going to be here like, I feel like this movie needs, I feel like everything's going to get done. I feel like there's just not going to be a lot of downtime, which again, not bad at all. Probably go in, because again, a lot's going to happen in this movie regardless. So it looks, from all the trailers, TV spots, everything I've seen, it looks really good. I'm really excited to see Wanda and Doctor Strange team up and probably throw down and all the, you know what I mean? Yeah. So again, it doesn't have to be this 3 hour epic with all this, like 2 hours is fine as long as it does. Again, how you write it is all that really matters. So if it's written, like it's kind of to the point and everything's fine, 2 hours is perfect. It might be too long, who knows?
Yeah, like as long as it has a very compelling beginning, middle, and end with good characters, and the everything you wanted to see and felt everything you wanted to see happen and everything tied up very strongly, 2 hours can be fine. But there are times with something like Rise of Skywalker where that movie is 2 hours 20 minutes. I felt unsatisfied because nothing was like everything was bad. So.
and like that movie spent a good more than an hour doing something that by the end of the movie was completely irrelevant. So, and I feel like you kind of feel like you waste the audience's time because it's kind of just like, what was the point of literally the entire middle of the movie? Because so by the end of it, all of it was pointless. But
we could have expanded on Rey and Kylo's interaction. We could have expanded on stuff with Palpatine, explaining how he came back, expand on how Poe is dealing with leading the Resistance. Like there's so many instances of things that could have been
Finn a character arc, anything like
that would have been nice too.
Like, yes. Made him a character at any point, like at any, but again, it is what it is.
Yeah. And like, that movie was 2 hours and 20 minutes, but it felt way too short because nothing wrapped up nicely enough to feel satisfying.
Right. And then by the end of the movie, we got 10, 15 minutes left and they're just throwing everything, go. And it's like, why are you rushing? You had so much time. Like it's like
Mhm.
you just like it's like taking a nap in the middle of an exam and then like at the last minute trying to like bubble in every last thing. And it's like, dude, like that's
Mhm.
not come on, you had so much time earlier. What you
Yep.
know?
Mhm. But something like Spider-Man No Way Home was right at 2 hours 30. I was, very satisfied. There was no downtime. There was nothing I feel like I could cut. It was just very,
Yeah,
very solid.
they're solid and like definitely, felt good. Things felt earned. There wasn't any point where I was just like, this entire scene is pointless. This entire got this point, And yeah, there's fan service moments, but it's like those are a deserved / warranted, and two, like it's a fan service movie in its entirety. Let's be real. I mean, more than half the characters are only there because like it's awesome. Like,
Yeah, but also something like Into the Spider-Verse is less than 2 hours.
yep.
Greatest movie of all time. Like it is up there.
Unparalleled story, like very,
Yeah.
very good. Just
So yeah, 2 hours 6, which I guess is including credits. So technically the movie itself would be probably like an hour 56-ish.
probably.
You know, like
They can make it work, definitely.
they absolutely will make it work. Something that I don't know if it's working out as much as they were hoping. Have you or do you plan on seeing Morbius?
One of my friends wants to go see it. I don't, but we're probably going to anyway. But
Okay,
the
it's apparently really bad.
but like I go back to who was surprised. This movie at no point
Mhm.
seemed like it was going to be a winner. I mean, again, Morbius is a character that, like, I understand that with Venom, people were like, Venom is a good enough character that's known enough that even without Spider-Man, despite that defeating the purpose of the character in its entirety, is a household enough name to like carry his thing. People do not know who Morbius is. Like, Morbius is not a character, but Morbius is like the 8th Spider-Man villain you would name, legitimately. And like, if you could name 8, like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, I don't get it. The trailers did not look in tight. The only thing I liked about the trailers is I kind of liked the score a little bit, but like
Yeah.
everything else, no, the trailers don't look good. It doesn't look compelling. The CGI looks really bad. Like it doesn't look good. It doesn't sound good. People don't. I mean, like it just doesn't seem like a winner. And then it's like, wow, this movie bombed.
Like it's apparently it's tracking to do decently at opening box office. I think it's tracking at like 88 million worldwide, which is like decent.
But like,
You know,
and also in the context of like what else is out right now, because again, Batman's been out for a while, so that's kind of been passed. I mean,
yeah.
what, like,
Sonic is coming out next week. The new
right,
Fantastic Beasts is coming out soon.
right, I mean,
That movie, Sandra Bullock movie.
yeah, was it The Lost City,
Yeah,
which
that's
isn't
out.
even really the same demographic, so I feel like
No.
that doesn't even really count. But like,
Mm.
you know what I mean, like virtually this movie came out with pretty much no real direct competition,
Mm-hmm.
and despite that is not doing well at all. And the thing is,
No.
like, these are the kind of conditions that like Aquaman was able to thrive in because
Thrived
there was
in.
nothing else that came out, so it did really well. But it's like if
Mm-hmm.
you're on a like basically nothing playing field and you're still like doing pretty poorly, I mean that says
Mm-hmm.
a lot about the quality of the movie.
Yeah, like I wonder if the 1st of April is just not a good time to release big movies like this because obviously the conditions are very different, but obviously Shazam didn't do very well either. That came out beginning of April. Marvel movies never come out beginning of April. It's either March or
Hey,
very end of April, beginning of May. I don't know.
I just honestly I don't think it's really I mean, yes, it is kind of in the middle because again, like, yes, Batman came out the beginning of March, but it's like I don't feel like Batman is the reason Morbius is not doing well at all. Like, I don't think
No.
I think Morbius, if Morbius was good, it would be doing just fine.
Granted,
You know
given
what
the
I mean?
chance, I would totally rewatch the Batman over
Oh,
watching Morbius
absolutely.
for
No,
once.
no
But
question. But like, I've seen it what 3 times, 2 or 3 times, and I'm like, yeah, I'd run it back. I don't care.
Mhm.
But like at the same time, I mean, it's not compelling. It's not interesting. It doesn't. I don't know. I'm going to probably see it, but it's like if people like again. I don't. This movie on paper did not sound good. It did
Mhm.
not look good in the trailers, and from what the general consensus so far, it's not really that good. So like,
Yeah.
who knows? I will probably see it just because you know we go to the movies every couple of weeks, so we're due to another movie. But
Mhm.
oh
I mean,
man,
if I were you, I would just hold out for Sonic because Sonic actually looks good.
I mean, if it was up to me, we would. But I mean, if it was up to me, we just wait till May, to be honest. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. But yeah, the internet's definitely having fun with it. There's a meme I will send it to you later. Don't let me forget. But definitely. But yeah, man, it's
um,
not looking
have
too bad.
you? I know the after credit scene for this movie leaked before it actually came out. Have you? Do you
I
know
have
anything
no
about?
idea.
Okay, okay. Well, I'm not watching this movie legally because I've seen the after credit. I want Sony to know I will not be supporting this.
Oh my goodness. Oh
But if,
man. I
when you
mean,
see it, let me know.
okay. It'll probably like if I am, it'll probably be within the next like week or if it's not within the next week, I'm probably not going to see it. So
Okay,
by next podcast, you'll probably know if I'm going to actually see it or not.
got it.
But,
And like it's
yeah.
one of those movies where people, there are people on Twitter who were like, it's not actually that bad, guys. Like, I think it's better than stuff like Ant-Man or Captain Marvel or Eternals, but like it's not that bad, guys. Like, okay, first, people overblow how bad those movies are. Second, you're lying to yourself. Like, I haven't even seen it yet. I don't care.
We'll see. I don't know. I will see it. I did not want to see this movie, but again, I will see it just to confirm. But like,
Mm,
I am feeling like I'm right because again, if I what I mean, people really like a lot of people like Venom, and I wasn't really a huge fan, but again, I mean, I could you could kind of see the argument. You're like, okay, I guess I can see that, but it looks like for this, the argument's not even strong. So we'll have to
no.
see what ends up working out. But yeah, so far we'll see about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see. Um, so, um, what was that? Oh, so, the sorry, out there. Apparently, Godzilla versus Kong is getting a sequel, and that
Ooh.
movie's in the works.
Oh,
So,
okay. Okay.
yeah.
Definitely more of a dumb popcorn movie, but not bad. And again, like you're not here for the plot of the thing, you're here for monsters fighting each other. So,
Mhm.
maybe they'll be, maybe they're buddies now, maybe they tag, like I don't know,
Mhm.
or like maybe they actually fight each other for like the whole movie this time. Like,
Yeah,
But,
I still, I, it's, I don't know. It's weird for me to like actually be invested and actually like have strong criticisms about Godzilla versus Kong, but like I feel it's just so weird that I feel this movie is trying to be 6 different movies all at the same time, and like when one of those movies would have been fine, but like at the
like,
same time, it's Godzilla versus Kong, so it's not like trying the hardest to be a good movie. So should I really care?
yeah, I've always wondered with like these kind of movies where you're obviously there because like the movies where you're obviously not there for like the people like
Mm,
why are they, why are they even really characters? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not that they shouldn't exist, but like, do we really need to spend time going into arcs with like people?
No.
Like, can we just have? I know it's like CGI is expensive, and you don't want every scene in your. But like, if it was legitimately like an hour-long movie of just Godzilla and Kong just fighting, and like, yeah, you see people, but they're running away or something like that. Like, I mean, would that be so bad? Like, yeah, it'd be a lot shorter and probably be different. But like, I mean, if it's good, who cares?
Yeah. And yeah, like the Godzilla versus Kong fight is actually pretty good. So it's unfortunate that they essentially have to trudge through 3 other movies just to get to that point, and then also throw in Mecha Godzilla at the end. Like, okay, whatever. like the whole subplot of of Kong going to the core Earth realm and like reclaiming that dimension, like that could have been his whole movie. I thought that would have been a pretty cool movie, actually setting up him being the king of this dimension, with Godzilla being the king of the like outer world, and then fighting for for control over the whole planet. Sure. Since they just rushed the Kong part, it's like, oh, I guess we're just fighting now. Like, okay, it was a good fight. It was very
it was a really cool fight. It's just in the city, but like because even like battleship fight was kind of cool because Godzilla obviously has the advantage, but Kong's still trying to like I thought that was really that was really cool, but
it is also still hilarious to me that this movie has the exact same plot as BVS, has the exact same problems as BVS. like tit for tat, the same. It's the same movie, just shorter.
That was really but like more enjoyable because like
oh yes, because it's shorter.
I don't get it. That's wild.
But yeah, hopefully a sequel will actually be good, at least fun. Hopefully a sequel will be at least a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun movie.
Yeah. Now, time to move on to roll call. So, this is a little segment where Noah and I both test each other's nerd knowledge on various topics. I have 2 things. Do you have stuff for me?
Yeah, I got you.
Cool. So, I'll start by asking you to name as many Mario Kart 8 characters as you can.
Ooh. I actually played Mario Kart like not even an hour ago, so I should do way better this than I'm going to, but I'm not. But okay, so we've got Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong. Wait, is it? Yeah, probably.
Nope, not Diddy Kong.
No Diddy Kong?
Nope.
Really? That's weird. Okay, what is it? Ludwig? I know that's one of them too. Give me problems. Dry Bones, Inkling. Is it Inkling boy and girl or just Inkling?
Yes.
Okay,
two different characters.
Right, boy and girl. I know Link's in it for some reason, but all right. Daisy. I didn't even say Yoshi yet, did I?
No.
That's my main character. How did I say Yoshi? What else do I have? Oh man, how am I blanking already? Where's the Daisy? What is the Oh, Toad. Duh. God, so stupid. Toad. Is one of the Hammer Brothers? Is the Hammer Brothers a character, or did I just imagine that? Okay, I imagined that.
You're imagining it.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I know. I know there's more, but like I can't think of. No, that's not the same thing.
So you said Mario and Luigi.
Right.
You said Mario and Luigi. So.
Is there another brother? What, Peach? Did I say Peach?
You did. Not a brother.
Oh, what is it, the babies or whatever? Baby Mario?
Well, that too. Yeah, that too.
Baby Mario and Luigi. Wait, what? What am I missing? They have like They have a sister or something? I don't.
Not a sister.
Oh, that's right, Wario. That's right.
Yes.
Wario and Warley. That's right. I was thinking. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's only two brothers. It's not like a third Mario brother. Okay, yeah, Wario, Waluigi. Was it? Is it Waluigi?
Waluigi.
Waluigi. That's
Mm.
Waluigi. Wario. Okay. That might be all I got, honestly.
Okay. So something you missed. We have Rosalina,
Okay.
Tanuki Mario, and Cat Peach.
What?
Sure.
What is Tanuki? What is that?
He's Mario in a little raccoon outfit.
Okay, got it. Cat Peach.
Koopa Troopa, Shy Guy, Toadette, King Boo, Pink Gold Peach, and Metal Mario.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a big deal.
Yeah, Baby Peach, Baby Daisy, Baby Rosalina, Bowser, Bowser Jr., Dry Bowser, the Villagers, Isabelle, and then the Koopalings of Morty, Roy, Ludwig. What is her name? The girl one, Lemmy, Larry. Yeah, I think that's it.
There's so many. There's so many.
How many is that? 1 second. Oh, then are the Mii's still playable? I think they are. I know they were in the
Like your own me character or like something else?
Yeah, your own Mii character. Yeah, they are.
Okay, I guess that. Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3,
Wow.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
What is that? 42? 6 times 7 is 42. Yeah.
Yes.
42 characters.
42 characters. Dang, I did not realize that.
Yeah.
I need to. I need to get better at that.
I only ever play like maybe 6 of them.
Right? Because no, it's weird because because they're always brand, they always change. I'm like, I don't even think about how many different characters they are. I just get mad when one of them passes me or something. But I guess there is a lot because they have a lot of. I don't know. That new track thing is cool though. But
yes. Oh yes.
yeah. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, you got most of them.
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
I don't blame you for not knowing all the Koopalings or all the babies.
Yeah, I get it. Again, I played literally this morning, so I probably should have done better. But I mean, all things considered, I don't feel terrible about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What do you got for me?
Okay, so now, so I was thinking about this earlier, and I don't know if I did this one. I keep saying I know, but I don't know. Did we do weaknesses, specific ones, for superheroes?
No.
Right?
I don't think so.
Right. Okay. So basically, known weaknesses. Now you can't be like, oh, Batman's weakness is a gun because he's a human, obviously. But you know what I mean? But the obvious weaknesses that I know. So again, some of them are easy, but after a while it gets hard.
Right.
So let me see if you can get more than. I want to see if you can get more than 10. And again, these are any superhero. It's not just DC heroes or anything. This is any superhero you can think of.
Okay. So Superman, obviously kryptonite, but also magic.
This is true.
Wonder Woman, getting tied up makes her lose her powers.
Old ones, but it makes no sense. But it's she can she could lift a building, but if you tie her, oh no, she's it's some kind of binding thing. I don't know. It's not even her own lasso.
No, it's just by someone else. Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously that one hasn't aged well, but
no.
But yes, that was a thing.
Green Lanterns can't affect anything that's yellow.
Yes.
Alan Scott specifically couldn't affect anything made of wood.
Can you imagine that? You're a tree, and then you're just oh no.
No, I just can't do anything.
Oh no, Poison Ivy just wrecks Green Lantern because sorry, buddy.
Scott specifically, why do the other ones get over that?
I don't. No idea.
Okay. Is this only superheroes or are antagonists allowed to?
All superheroes, but any superhero, period.
Okay.
Not just Like,
Okay.
if it's something, if it's like a character like its own show, that's fine too.
I was gonna do a joke one about Gentleman Ghost being able to get hit by nth metal. um, Barry Allen, or I guess the Flash in general, if it gets cold, he can't run as fast.
Yeah, I guess so.
Major ones. Oh, Martian Manhunter weak to fire.
I was about to say, it's like your favorite one.
Yeah, because I'm weak to fire, like obviously.
I'm also weak to fire. Well, no, as a child, it's like they like completely like that's how
Yeah,
it's like fire.
The other major DC ones. Okay. Do we count Venom? Hero?
Well, I don't count Venom as a superhero, but I'll allow it.
Okay. Okay. Obviously, he's weak to fire and sound.
Right.
Marvel doesn't really do the whole like each character has their own specific weaknesses as much.
Yeah, there's not as many.
Yeah. I feel like, oh, who is it? I mean, Wolverine may be indestructible and have the best healing factor, but it's like strap a magnet to him and he can't go anywhere.
Right.
I feel like there's one major one I'm missing. I can't. Is there one like super obvious one that you feel like I'm missing?
Not necessarily. Like, I mean, I think you got like the main, like, like Kryptonite. That was like the main one. So like, when people think of, but like for the most part, you've got the biggest ones.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have any more. Yep.
It's okay. It's still good. That's still really good. I know for like, I know for like some of them, like you have to think of how, because like Static Shock or like Black Lightning, water is a big one because they'll get shorted out or something like that. And I know like Daredevil, a big one is just like loud concussive sound, because it's like if he's oversensitized, basically, it doesn't really help him. And then one of them was interesting was like, because like there's this whole thing with like Rogue with her powers, but like in a way, if she like kind of like they're like over like stimulating or like over absorption kind of, which is interesting too, because like in a way that does kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Also for Superman, red sun radiation also counts. But I think for the most part that was pretty much it. I know one thing said like unworthiness for Thor, but I was like, that's kind of, that doesn't count. Like, that's not really a weak. You can't like go get that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't. Right. You can't get that. Or like, Aquaman's like dehydration, which that kind of makes sense. You can like.
Me too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like I feel like that's most people though. Like, so it doesn't really. Yeah. So weaknesses are kind of they're like very specific, because like there's a difference between like a weakness and just like using something to kill someone. You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily the same. Like, if it's something only, I feel like it's a weakness if it's only unique to them.
Yeah, because like I know one thing at one point tried to say that Wonder Woman had a weakness to sharp objects. I'm like,
yeah, everyone does.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, her skin isn't indestructible. Like,
yeah, like I mean, but mostly, yeah, and it's still more, and like or like Shazam, it was like not losing it. What's it called? It like can't speak or something. I don't know. Like there's like a certain term for it, but it's like not being able to talk. But I was like, I feel like that only applies if he hasn't transformed yet, though. So like, if he's already transformed, it doesn't really work.
But like that would work with Black Canary.
Yeah, or like Zatanna or something. But, yeah. So yeah, but that was good though.
Okay. Now, second one for you, sticking with the Mario Kart theme. How many Mario Kart items can you name?
Okay, I can do better with this. Okay, so there's the red shells, the green shells, the blue shell, There's the star, obviously, bullets, the like sound box thing that like knocks everyone out, boomerang, fireballs, the like piranha plant power boost combo thing, which is super cool, by the way. The like 8 deluxe ultimate thing, whatever that is.
Crazy
the,
Eight.
like, yeah. Oh, that makes so much sense. I feel like that would be a good superhero name if you could make that work. Crazy Eight or something. I'm kind of surprised that's not like a Royal Flush gang member, kind of. Although that doesn't really work for Royal Flush because Royal Flush is the cards that is. Never mind. But forgot poker for a second. But yeah, like the Boo Ghost thing that makes it steals weapons but also makes you intangible, which is cool. Oh, banana peels, duh. Yeah, all the banana peels, unfortunately. And I'm trying to think of all the Mario Kart games. Oh, the POW thing. I know on Mario Kart Wii they had that. You can like spin other people
I didn't
out.
say Mario Kart 8, so go for it.
Okay, this is true. This is true. Okay.
There's 2 obvious ones I can think of that you haven't said yet.
Obvious ones.
Actually 3.
Oh, the mushroom turbo boost. Yeah, that's like the main one.
Okay.
And then the like, don't they have like the get big mushrooms too? Like I know
In
the
Mario
Wii one
Kart
they
Wii,
have one. Yeah, they have the big like run over people. So it's fun. Oh, the lightning strike. That's another one. The lightning strike. Yeah, that's a big 16. One. That's a big one. Yeah. And then I'm trying to think, is there any other one that I can't think of? I feel like I said. I think that's all I can do. What am I missing?
Okay. The ones I was thinking of was, I don't think you ever said Ba-Bomb.
No, I didn't. Nope.
That's a good one. Did you say Invincible Star?
Yeah, I did say the star. Yeah.
You did? Okay.
But yeah, the bomb one's a good.
The blooper.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Blooper. There's one other. Okay, it's not. In Mario Kart, I know in Mario Kart DS, I don't know if this carried over to other games, but there was the like fake blocks that looked like the
mimic question mark item things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in the battle mode of Mario Kart 8, there's this feather that lets you like jump up. Like if you like jump and hit an enemy's balloon, you steal it from them.
Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was pretty good. I ain't have many, but I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, like I think 17 is very good.
Oh, yeah. I remember the items. Getting those.
I also would have accepted you saying triple green shell, triple red shell, triple mushroom.
Oh yeah. I guess I don't know. I guess I thought that was implied, but like, yeah, I guess that is a different item. That's triple bananas and they circle. Okay, but like side note, what is up with having like circling items and you still can get sniped? Why?
They don't move quite fast enough to be a complete shield, I guess.
Right? Like I understand if you only have like one, but like I've got 3 going and I still can get, and I'm like, really? Like I don't even know, like what do I even do for that? Like I don't even but that's just me complaining because you know, man, 200cc makes your eyes hurt. I can't deal with it. I tried. But okay. So this one's kind of nerdy, but also kind of just like memory lane. But like how many shows on PBS can you name? That like shows that like primarily you like, you know, primarily you saw on like PBS Kids or something like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
We have Zoom.
Boom. Big one.
Fetch with Ruff Ruffman.
Yep. Dude, I love that.
Word
show.
Girl.
Yes. That's a great show.
Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Oh yeah.
Sesame Street, obviously.
Yep.
Is Teletubbies PBS?
Yeah, that counts.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cyber Chase.
Dude, yes.
That was my show growing up.
I know, right? Like fractions never saw it coming. Like
Arthur.
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yeah.
By extension, Daniel Tiger.
Okay.
Which I never watched, but it was there.
Wow. It does exist. I have heard of it.
Between the Lions.
Yes. I'll hope you get that one.
The Boomafoo.
Mm-hmm.
12. Are there any that you're just like screaming at me I should know?
I'm not screaming. You got the, like, honestly, Zabufu was the one I was like, I really hope he gets this one. But for the most part, you've got the obvious one, at least the ones I remember. I'm trying to go back and see if there's like a bigger list than what's already seen.
Any just other completely random ones that I. Well, the Crab Brothers from Azumafu had their own like spin-off show.
Yeah, that counts. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them, a lot of them are also spin-offs too. So like that.
Did the Berenstain Bears, was that a PBS show or was that on something else?
It was on PBS. I don't think it was a PBS original, but it was definitely on PBS because that was one of the shows. Yeah, I've seen that show before I got cable, which was a big deal back in like 2008. I finally got cable, and I remember that was one of the shows I saw before.
Yeah, I think I'm tapped. Do you have any others that like?
Biggest one I know that Curious George was a big one. Super Y was like the words with superhero show kind of good one. Postcards from Buster, which was like a Buster spinoff. From Arthur, which was pretty cool because like his dad was a pilot or whatever, which was really good. I know you said Mr. Rogers, which is good. I was proud of that one. But for the most part, that's pretty much it. I've been trying to look and see if I could see any ones that were like pretty notable because a lot of these I'm like I've never heard of them either, so I'm not going to be like you missed that one. But like for the most part, Clifford's Puppy Days, that was like another spin-off of Clifford. Yeah, like actually that. Pretty good. I actually did like that. There was like a
is it like a Tiny Toons competitor?
Yeah, it was like really small Clifford. It was actually pretty cool. It was an apartment. It was like before they had to like move because the dog was the size of a skyscraper. But no, but that was good. But yeah, I always loved like every now and then going back to memory lane. Also, Word Girl is hilarious.
Yeah, it's a really good show.
I saw this one clip where I don't know the context, but I saw a clip on YouTube where basically she's like, "Oh, Rick, I can't wait to spend all day doing this." She's like, "Wait a minute." She like transforms, go to like a TV station, and she's like, "Hey guys, so basically I'm gonna take some time off to hang out and enjoy my life. So to any villains who are thinking about causing a problem, gets like a steel beam and just." And one of the villains, with his door open, just goes, closes the door, and sits back down. And it was like I almost fell out of my seat. I was dying. It was like again, it's a PBS show, so they can't be like violence, but like everything was implied. It was amazing. It was kind of cool because she is legit. She basically has like on like Superman-ish powers with like super speed and flight and strength and all that stuff. But like also she says words that are somewhat advanced for a an elementary school person. So like it's cool. But no, great. I forgot who. I think one of the writers was on Family Guy or something. Like it was like they definitely have like it's definitely one of those shows that like it's a kids show, but the adults will not be disappointed. Like
it's way better written than it any need to be.
Yes.
For being a kids show, but like it's
No, I just no that I was on the floor. That was so funny. But yeah, not really good. Yeah, like you said, Cyber Chase was like probably my most watched show growing up, honestly. Like outside of like maybe SpongeBob or stuff, but like as far as like PBS, definitely.
Yeah. Like it's weird because like I wonder if I actually went back and like actually watched the show, like, you know, beginning to end again, would it still catch me the same? And I want to believe it actually would.
I
like
mean,
superhero still, so yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I mean, they're out there. I mean, I found out Word Girl, the whole Word Girl show is on Amazon Prime right now. So
For free?
I have no shame in
It's just
adding
there?
that to my watch list. It's just there, all of it, free. Like with Prime,
Huh.
obviously, but like, yeah. Like it's like I think it's like 6 or 7 like it's a lot too. It's not just like, I mean, the episodes are like 11 minutes, but like, I mean, it's a lot of episodes. It's like 100 episodes probably.
There's just 9 seasons?
They're just there. They're all on Prime.
It looks like only season 1 is free.
Really?
Well, what is this? Yeah. How many episodes is here? Yeah. 2010. Interesting. Well, yeah, it looks like each season is like $2 to buy.
Really? Okay, yeah, I see it now. Okay, yeah, the first season. Okay. But still. And I know like the PBS, I think there's a PBS at least on my Roku TV. So like I've been watching, you know, I think it's on there. I've been watching that too. So like, you know, like it's a good, like if I have kids somewhat in the future, I'm definitely gonna be like, y'all should watch this. It'll make you smarter, and it's very entertaining. And I actually don't want to like throw up watching it with you. So
Yeah.
definitely,
I learned a new word or two.
Yeah, that's what like there are words that I'm like, that's kind of an adult. Like I know adults who don't know what that word means. So like, yeah, it's pretty good. It's like I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So, is there anything else you want to bring up or discuss before we sign off?
Nah, we're good.
No?
No.
Are you sure?
I mean, I was thinking about it, but I don't want to talk about it. I don't know. I don't want it might be bad. I don't know. We'll
Okay.
talk.
I'm feeling I know what it is. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, maybe next week you'll have seen Morbius. Well,
We'll see. We'll see.
Feel bad for you if you do.
Possibly.
Report back. Anyway, until next time, guys.
Take care.